Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest, always.
Okay.
Always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
What are you doing? Leanna, what are you doing?
Everything is louder, crueler, and somehow more personal in the world of Travis Hunter, and right now, it feels like every eye in the country is fixed on one man, watching to see just how much more humiliation he can take before something finally breaks. We're not talking about a regular post-game meltdown or your classic locker room feud. We're talking about a public spectacle, a full-blown soap opera where the audience isn't just the fans in the stands, but millions glued to their phones, waiting for the next piece of dirt to drop. The Jacksonville Jaguars might be paying Hunter millions, but they aren't the ones writing his current headlines. Instead, the latest scandal reads like the punchline to an old joke. A superstar, a wife, a locker room full of whispers, and somehow the whole internet laughing right along.
Now I want to get into a story I've seen percolating in the headlines and social media. And that's about Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter and his fiancée, lenee.
Let's not kid ourselves. The mood around Travis Hunter hasn't been supportive for months. We're watching a Heisman winner, a man once expected to go #1 overall in the draft, now more famous for the mess at home than the miracles he pulls off on the field. And the mess isn't just a small one. We're talking about a hurricane of rumors, accusations, and damning videos, all circling one name. Lenee, Hunter's wife. Every time her name trends, it's another round of savage speculation. Did she or didn't she? Is it true she's been getting cozy with half the team? Are those DMs real, and is Travis Hunter really as clueless as he looks? Or worse, does he know exactly what's happening and just can't bring himself to face it?
How do you deal with arguments or disagreements?
Talk.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that one.
You was?
Yeah.
We just talk it out. We have to talk out everything. We give it to it.
One thing's clear, wherever Hunter goes, the laughter follows, and it isn't kind. NFL fans, social media critics, even teammates, everyone's chiming in with a version of, "I told you so." The kind of ridicule that would make most people crawl under a rock. Hunter? He's still showing up for practice, still walking out hand in hand with Leanna at the rare public appearances, trying to look like nothing's wrong. But the act is wearing thin. Every time another old video surfaces, Leanna dancing in the background, or a grainy shot that might show her at a party with the wrong guy, the memes get nastier, the group chats get wilder, and the consensus hardens. Travis Hunter is the last person in the building to realize his marriage has become the punchline to a bad locker room joke.
Maybe like 3-4 months in, we were like, okay, like we're falling in deep in love with each other. We fought we went through a phase where we fought like every single day for like.
Insiders are leaking that even his own teammates have started to turn on him. One former equipment manager claims there's already been a confrontation behind closed doors, a come-to-Jesus moment where a handful of Jaguars gave Hunter a choice. Get your house in order or lose the last shreds of respect you have in this locker room. In an environment where trust is currency, the whispers about Leanna have become more than just background noise. They're poison in the water supply. The story, as relayed by someone who says they've been in the room, is that a few players pulled Hunter aside and didn't mince words. Either you handle your situation, or we start handling ours without you. No one's gone on record, but the narrative has legs. And judging by Hunter's haunted look after the latest training session, it's starting to wear him down.
Yeah.
You know, that's they gotta just figure that out. That's their business, you feel me? And yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
I know, it'd be tough.
What made you decide?
The tragedy, if we can call it that, is how predictable the whole mess has become. Remember, this isn't the first time anyone's tried to warn him. Michael Irvin, a man with more gold jackets than patience, saw this one coming from a mile away. We all heard about the infamous conversation. The one Irvin claims he had in private, but which is now the worst-kept secret in NFL circles. Irvin told Hunter flat out, "You better get yourself a prenup, son. Fame changes everything, and the wrong woman will take you down faster than a blown coverage." Did Hunter listen? Apparently not. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was love, or the simple terror of admitting to the whole world that you picked the wrong teammate off the field. Either way, the warning went unheeded, and now, every time another embarrassing story leaks out, it's Irvin's voice echoing in the background, saying, "I told you so."
Even think about, that's you saying. Because everybody talking to his girl and saying, I said, everybody's saying stuff. The only one the only one he's gonna remember is you.
What I said.
And we gonna need you one day to go lift him up. And he's gonna bring back up, "Oh man, you try to talk to my woman, man," like, you know what I mean? But, and that's what I was talking about, because you just said it.
Even Irvin himself can't resist poking the wound, occasionally apologizing on air for calling out Hunter, then immediately reminding everyone why he did it in the first place. Irvin, never the subtle type, once admitted, "You can't critique a play now, Mike, you hatin', right?" right? Because of who you are? And he's right. Hunter doesn't just have the average peanut gallery in his business. When a Hall of Famer says your marriage is a liability, that's not just some angry fan on TikTok. That's a shot across the bow, and everyone in the league takes notice. The pressure mounts, the circle tightens, and suddenly the same guy who was supposed to be the future of the franchise is standing alone, knowing the next mistake won't just be a tabloid headline, it might be the end of his career.
As a good friend of yours, his relationship is public, and people are beating him up about it. Travis.
Oh, yeah, I have been seeing that.
The tension is almost Shakespearean. Hunter is trapped, hemmed in by his own need to save face. Every move is scrutinized. Every non-smile in a viral video gets turned into an accusation. Every deleted social media account reads like an admission of guilt. Yet, he keeps defending Leanna. Keeps making statements about how no one knows the real story. The problem is, at this point, even his biggest supporters are starting to look at him sideways. There's that ugly rumor. The one about the team demanding he choose between his marriage and his role as a leader in the locker room. We can't confirm it, but 3 different sources close to the Jaguars front office insist it's a real conversation. The trust issues, they say, have reached the point where even management is quietly wondering if Hunter's head is in the game.
Of course, we're going to discuss it because he is a celebrity. This is part of the news. People are going to talk about it, whether you want them to talk about it or not. You have to learn that you don't have to address everything.
Meanwhile, the internet's favorite pastime is cataloging every moment Leanna Lenee looks bored, irritated, or just slightly off at public events. Was she annoyed because of the fans? Was it about Hunter spending too much time signing autographs? Or was it just the grind of being married to the most talked about man in football when every mistake turns into a trending topic? The only thing everyone seems to agree on, this is not the love story Hunter thought he was living. And the more he tries to control the narrative, showing up with grand gestures, buying expensive cars, saying all the right things in interviews, the more the wolves circle, waiting for one of them to finally snap. Some argue the whole circus is nothing but the price of fame. You've got to give Travis grace, and you've got to give her grace, says a former teammate. But the clock is ticking, and in the NFL, patience is measured in lost endorsements and angry fans. This is the part where even the people who should be rooting for him, his family, his old coaches, his so-called friends, start to retreat, because nobody wants to be caught standing next to a sinking ship. The stakes aren't just about love anymore. They're about millions of dollars, the future of a franchise, and the possibility that one more wrong move could turn Travis Hunter into the next cautionary tale. The truly haunting detail? According to more than one source, Hunter knows exactly how much this circus is costing him. He's not naive. We're told he's fully aware of the team's doubts, the snide jokes in the group chats, the way fans boo his wife's name before his own. But here's the twist. He just can't walk away. The price of admitting defeat, of saying that everyone else was right all along, is just too high. Pride, fear, or something darker, take your pick. So the show goes on, and every day the story gets harder to watch.
I actually hate this entire situation because it didn't need to get to this point if people just kept things private.
If we're being honest, we have to ask ourselves, did Travis Hunter ignore all the warnings because he really believes in this relationship, or because he's terrified of showing weakness? Is he staying out of love, or just because he can't bear to see Michael Irvin and every teammate who tried to help smirking in the rearview mirror? Maybe that's the most brutal part of this whole saga. Sometimes the loudest laughs are the ones we hear in our own heads, and for Travis Hunter, that echo is getting louder every single day. We've seen scandals infect locker rooms before, but what's happening around Travis Hunter right now isn't your garden variety spat between teammates. It's a slow poison, a quiet war behind closed doors where trust is currency, and these days, Hunters might be worth less than the dollar during a government shutdown. Word is, players are barely hiding their side eye. We're told some have stopped inviting Hunter out altogether, while others have scrubbed him from their group chat. One person in the Jags facility describes the mood as unbearably tense, with the air crackling every time Hunter walks in. According to an anonymous source close to the team, the mood shifted for good after the latest wave of DM leaks, when guys just started acting different, and a few even question if Hunter could still command a huddle when nobody knows who to trust off the field.
It was like, it was a weird area, and I just
In the NFL, there's nothing more dangerous than a quarterback room or wide receiver core that doesn't believe in their own. When teammates feel betrayed, whether by one of their own or by the presence of someone they think is, let's say, too familiar with the inner circle, you can practically see the fractures forming in real time. Speculation runs wild. Is Hunter distracted during film sessions? Is he ducking hard questions in position meetings? One former assistant coach, now with another franchise, insists the Jaguars have been quietly debating whether to bench him if this off-field stuff starts. Busting games. Not because of skill, Hunter's talent is still off the charts, but because, as 3 league insiders put it, he's become a walking distraction.
Everything's just not going to be perfect.
In a perfect world, it is.
This ain't no perfect world.
We've been tracking the fan reaction too, and if you ever needed proof that social media has become the judge, jury, and executioner of modern athletes, look no further than the ongoing dissection of the Hunter-Lenee marriage. Every Instagram live, every blurry clip from the Heisman ceremony, every post-game handshake or non-smile gets the Zapruder treatment, with amateur detectives ready to present their findings to the court of public opinion. Trolls and fans alike swap conspiracy theories like baseball cards. Some of them joke that Hunter's wedding ring is the heaviest piece of equipment he wears, while the less charitable crowd has dubbed him the league's new mascot for heartbreak. He's gone from being the face of a franchise to a meme with a single click, and it's gotten so toxic that even his own mother had to post support online just to try to soften the fallout. The relentless online mob has turned private arguments into viral hashtags, and suddenly even mundane moments become evidence. We saw this after the Heisman fiasco when a 1-second hesitation by Leanna turned into a week-long referendum on her loyalty. When old videos surface, whether it's her dancing at a party or an ancient DM thread dated before they even got together, it does matter. Facts get flattened, timelines disappear, and the only thing anyone wants is a new reason to pile on. Some claim where there's smoke, there's fire, while others, like former Cowboys receiver Des Bryant, have jumped in to offer unsolicited advice about why Hunter should walk away before it's too late. Nobody can resist a messy headline, and right now, Hunter's life is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Not seeing him as a prize, she's seeing him as just a regular. And the best way to lose a king is to try to treat a king like a regular.
This isn't just cyberbullying, it's a case study in how young athletes can become prisoners of their own fame. The money is bigger than ever, the scrutiny more vicious, and the personal boundaries thinner than the Jaguars' O-line in the fourth quarter. Every influencer, every podcast pundit, every NFL legend feels entitled to weigh in. Michael Irvin's comments about the power of the gold jacket echo across talk shows, and viral clips resurface of Irvin telling Hunter to sign a prenup, warning him, the wrong woman will take you down faster than a blown coverage. It's easy to give advice from the safety of a podcast mic. It's another thing entirely to be the 21-year-old living with the consequences. If we zoom out, what we're really seeing here is the dark side of being a star in the age of content. Hunter's relationship drama isn't just gossip. It's a test case for the entire league. Front offices are watching how he responds, how he manages the stress, and whether he can recover before the next scandal breaks. The pressure is relentless and the stakes are impossibly high. Hunter was supposed to be the face of a new era, a once-in-a-generation two-way talent with the world at his feet and the first pick in the draft in his sights. Now, insiders suggest their team's quietly moving him down their draft boards, not because they doubt his game, but because, as one executive put it, you can't lead a locker room if nobody believes your house is in order.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Travis Hunter.
And Leanna.
And we back with another
video.
And let's be clear, Hunter's not the only one under the microscope. Leanna Lenee has her own army of critics and supporters, and both sides are louder than ever. The more she tries to defend herself, the deeper the hole seems to get. After her infamous TikTok defense, a whole new wave of evidence emerged, with some insisting she's just misunderstood, while others say she's playing the long game for a cut of Hunter's next contract. There are think pieces about gold digging, hot takes about toxic loyalty, and a steady drip of celebrity advice ranging from sign 8 prenups and 5 NDAs to everybody has a past, let the man live. Even respected voices like Shannon Sharp have thrown up their hands saying, sometimes you have to bump your own head before you realize how much it hurts. If that isn't the most gentle version of told you so in sports media, we don't know what is. All of this brings us to the bottom line. Hunter's once invincible image is on life support, and it isn't because of anything that happened between the lines. We're watching the slow motion implosion of a brand that was supposed to be bulletproof. Not at the hands of a rival defense, but because of a string of rumors, old DMs, and a marriage that's become a national punchline. Maybe the cruelest irony is that Hunter can still ball out every Sunday, still make highlight reels, and still wind up on draft day with a contract worth tens of millions of dollars. But what about everything else? The endorsements, the respect of his peers, the ability to command a room without the suspicion that someone, somewhere is whispering about his private life. And so, we're left with the million-dollar question. Can Travis Hunter claw his way back from this? Will he finally listen to the voices, teammates, legends, maybe even his own conscience, that have been telling him to make a clean break and salvage what's left of his career? Or is pride going to keep him locked in this spiral until there's nothing left to save? One thing is certain, as the cracks in Travis Hunter's world grow deeper, we're watching not just the unraveling of a season or a relationship, but the possible collapse of an entire legacy. Will Hunter break free before it's too late, or are we witnessing the end of a superstar in real time? Sound off in the comments. Are you rooting for Travis to wake up, or do you think he's already fumbled his last chance? That's all for now from the front lines of football's wildest scandal. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your popcorn ready because this story is far from over.